y'all? Welcome back to episode 2 of Hold That Thought. I'm your host, Demitra Carter. And if you're watching, you already know who it is. But if you're listening in, I have a very special guest with me today. I am not alone for this episode, and I'm so excited about that. I want to welcome my favorite athlete, world medalist, shot put thrower, and a fiancé himself. Welcome to Hold That Thought, Tripp Piperi.
What's good, everybody?
I'm so excited to have you here. How are you doing today?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing so good. The weather in Austin's really, really nice right now. Wedding planning is, throwing its ones and twos at us, but, we're vibing.
Yeah, the wedding stuff is so enjoyable at the moment.
Yeah.
You guys will hear about that later. It's not our fault, though.
It's not.
It's not Dimitra's fault. She's doing a great job.
Thank you. Oh, thanks.
Anyway.
I love it. Now, we have a couple things that I want to talk about today, but I want to first dive into all things NIL. And the reason I ask is I feel like in college, I consider myself like a regular athlete. Tripp saw me get dead last. He saw me win. He saw me do all the things, but I've only ever saw Tripp win for real in college. That's all I knew him as, was a winner.
Oh.
Yeah.
I lost some.
Well, I didn't see your losses. Were we dating when you lost? In college?
No.
Yeah.
I lose a lot more now.
But the whole professional scene is in a whole experience, which we could dive into that first, or NIL. What are you feeling more right now?
We can do NIL.
All right, we're going to dive into NIL first. So I want your thoughts about like the state of NIL right now, because when we were in college was when it was first like originally passed, and when the NIL became a thing, you could earn money. And I'm not going to tell the full story, but I got in trouble for that exact rule when I made a GoFundMe in college. So now to see that the rule exists and people can make like millions and hundreds of thousands of dollars is insane.
No more GoFundMes for Demitra.
No more GoFundMes for Demitra. But y'all's quarterback, Arch Manning, makes millions. What are your thoughts on the state of NIL? But not only that, like he's a Texas athlete too. Y'all have some good donors.
Yeah, I think we have like the number one donor network in the country right now. I could be wrong, but I think I saw a chart on that the other day. It's ridiculous. I don't think they shouldn't get paid. I'll say that. Like, I do think it's good they're getting paid, but the way it's happening is bad. It's negatively affecting everything other than really football. I mean, there's even like schools that their basketball team's not as good and it's negatively affecting their basketball team. So people can sit here and say that, but they're just wrong. Or say that it's like, oh, it helps everything. It doesn't. There's multiple schools that have cut several Olympic programs. They're cutting out that you can no longer be a walk-on at schools. So like, there's a lot of very famous athletes that have gone on past college and done very well that would not be athletes anymore because they didn't have the opportunity to compete in college. There's a lot of other things that are being cut down, like roster limits are happening on the track and field space everywhere in the country. A lot of teams are having to cut a bunch of athletes because of that. I don't know. It doesn't make sense right now because it's unregulated. I think there is regulation coming around this year, which is good. If they can regulate it, it'd be better. But like, it's just not. It's not good the way it's going. Like, if it's just turning it into a business. NCAA is supposed to be a nonprofit. Love that. It's definitely not how they operate.
Yeah,
but I mean, yeah, like. It's the NCAA is in place to give kids opportunities in college, it's either to get to college and be able to go to college, and depending on your situation growing up, or it's to further your athletic career, and it's completely ripping opportunities away because of it. Again, I do think football players should be paid. They bring a ton of money into schools, but it should be gone about a different way, and it shouldn't be like people are getting paid $9 million a year to play. That's ridiculous.
Yeah, I think the problem is,
maybe I'm just jealous.
Yeah, no, but I think the problem is when they originally let the rule, like they approved it and it went through legislation, because it was on the table to get approved for like far in advance.
Yeah.
And I think that's the moment where they failed. But I like the fact that it's legal now, because the fact that I was just a girl out here trying to pay for college and they told me no because of that rule. Like, I was trying to get jobs on campus and I was getting denied the jobs because NCAA and Big 12 said that I could technically use my name, image, and likeness to recruit somebody, which no. But like, I think a lot of people forget, like, yes, you see the millions of dollars, but I think the rule, like, it helps those other people too. But honestly, NCAA, they should have put some limits on it, but they didn't. And
I mean, it just needs to be
sad.
regulated.
But I will say, I wish we were both. I don't know about you. I wish I was in college still around this time. I would have been making a check, and I'm upset about it.
Yeah, I would have made a bunch of money. I won at home my sophomore year, an NCAA
Why you sound so
championship.
sad about it? You won.
Because I would have got so much money.
You're a
I
multiple
wouldn't have
time
got that much
national
money.
champion at that.
Realistically, I wouldn't have got that much, but I would have gotten some instead of $0.
Yeah.
That'd been pretty cool.
And
it also depends too. Like if it's an athlete that came in with like a big following before they got to college and all that stuff, they've got a big social media presence. Yeah, they should get paid for that.
Yeah. I just
Like
would have made.
now you're able to explore that.
I just would have made money
separately.
simply from being a girl and doing tiny talks, and that's how I would have got my checks. Yeah. All
Girls.
right. You have any more NIL thoughts? Oh my God, I forgot. I forgot. We talked to. Basically, we found out, me and Tripp, that there's a female thrower out here. I'm not going to say who or what school that's making 6 figures NIL. Thoughts, Tripp? That could be you.
Couldn't be me. Good for her though. I'm not in college anymore. Yeah, it's cool. I mean, especially in the track and field space, seeing like there's high school kids getting NIL deals now. I just got signed by Nike, and I went to my rookie summit there, and there were high school kids with me, which is funny in itself. But it's cool seeing that like growth of track and field where brands are starting to seek out and get these younger athletes and stuff. I really like that. I would like it to trickle upwards. So that's nice to see. I do like that track and field is getting recognition, past just high school participation numbers.
I have a question.
I'm not going to say her name. Good for her.
Yeah.
I wouldn't make that much probably again.
What sport do you think should get the most NIL money?
Track and field.
Truthfully?
No.
Oh, okay.
It should be football. It should be what it is. Football brings the most money to the school. And in America, it's king. So that's kind of how it is.
Nice. I love it. Now, I'm going to keep this one brief because not everybody watches track and field, apparently. So being an athlete, I mean, and especially dating an athlete, about to marry an athlete,
You're marrying an athlete?
Yeah, you might know him. But the way that the environment is set up, and a lot of people don't understand it, but the way the track and field society is set up is actually insane. Like the way y'all get paid, the way these contracts are set up, the fact that there's not a players association, like there's none of that happening in track and field. So mind you, like the way these brands are paying people, like it's insane. Like we talk about Grand Slam track hasn't paid people. Tripp, who did you just get paid from a couple weeks ago? What checks are you still waiting on? You could answer any of those questions.
I'm on answering all of them. I just got paid for Outdoor USA's like 3 days ago.
And Outdoor USA's was what, June, July?
July. Or it was the end of July. Because it was like August 1st, basically.
And
so it's been almost half a year.
And to add on to that.
Good for them.
No,
the best part is that we got paid for like there was like a bonus for making finals at Worlds, and we got paid that before we got paid USA's.
But that was
there's like definitely some bureaucracy in that and some.
But that wasn't through a meet though.
No, that was through USATF though.
Oh, okay.
Which
Wait,
is hilarious.
So explain it. What is it?
You got a bonus if you made a final at Worlds. And they paid that out before they paid USA's.
So why do you think that like USATF doesn't get slander? Why do you think USATF doesn't get slander?
USATF gets a ton of slander.
No, I don't think. I think the way that Grand Slam has been in the news lately
Grand
about
Slam,
not paying athletes, but the
Grand
way that
Slam gets slander because they marketed themselves as paying athletes and then didn't pay athletes. USATF have never once marketed themselves as paying athletes.
And for context, for those that aren't aware of Grand Slam, basically Michael Johnson, 400 runner, Olympic gold medalist, Baylor Bear, he spearheaded this new and improved Grand Slam track. And his thing was he can save track, but he can't save field. And the concept of it was nice.
Yeah.
And I will say those are the most fun track meets I've been to. Well, outside of Athlos. Athlos is fun. And they were paying like hundreds of thousands to the winners, and there was hundreds of thousands for like the racer of the year and all these things. And people were running fast, and it was good. And in the moment, it was really good for everybody until they weren't getting their prize money. And then everybody started being like, "Oh my
Nobody's
God.
been paid.
No, people they
very
filed
few,
bankruptcy.
very few has been paid.
Yeah, and apparently
they just got unsanctioned by World Athletics.
But they well, they won't section any of their new events, but I don't know if they're
Yeah.
going to do any new events until they pay off the current athletes. I don't know if any athletes are going to trust Grand Slam track after this. But my point is, that's the backstory of what Grand Slam track is. So Phil was never even part of it, but they have all this slander in the news. When I say Forbes, Bleacher Report, like all these big companies are like, they're not paying athletes, but the reality is, baby, everybody pays slow. Like why isn't USATF getting reported by ESPN, Forbes? All these people are not paying slow.
Yeah, I mean, it's just the standard. They always say it's because they got to wait for. This is all meats, by the way. They say it's because they got to wait for
Drug test.
for drug testing and all that stuff. Okay, I've been at meets for smaller meets, granted, that aren't World Athletic sanctioned and stuff, and you get paid some of them pay you day of.
Yeah, it's insane.
Thank you, TJ in Ironwood.
Yeah. Whatever that means. But hey, thanks, TJ, I guess.
Hey, man. Respect the dude.
I don't know who TJ is. You just said thank you, TJ. I have no idea who
Good,
TJ is.
good.
But
no, but I mean, what Michael Johnson did prove that track can't survive without fields. That's pretty cool.
I don't know. No, I don't think he proved that.
You watch those streams?
No, the streams suck. Okay, I will say
streams are
this.
terrible.
This is my hot take.
10 minutes of nothing.
The streams weren't
Hey, man,
good.
hey,
But listen,
hey,
wait,
no,
let me.
no.
You weren't
'Cause-
there.
Yeah. Why would I want to be?
I will say that going to Grand Slam Jamaica, maybe from a fan experience, but every media person can agree that was the best that we were treated. And I think it's because they brought in other people. There were aspects of Grand Slam that I think should be repeated. But I will overall,
I respect the media, obviously, and what you got to experience there. That's fantastic.
No, but I mean it though. But even like the track athletes, like the concept was, there's potential in the concept. I think it was the business side of it that was the problem.
Hey, just remember WSPS.
You keep saying these cold words.
Nobody knows it. They'll go look it up though. They'll go watch WSPS where there was no marketing and it had a great streaming situation and it was very entertaining to watch. And I did really well there.
Tell us what it stands for.
World Shot Put Series. It was put on by Ryan Krauser, the world record holder in the shot put. He's done 2 events so far. They're really cool. Hopefully he starts putting on more of those. But it literally proved that field can do fine without track, but track suffers. Maybe it was Michael Johnson's setup. Having 10 minutes of dead space on a stream is horrible.
But I think so. We aren't going to talk. This isn't a Grand Slam.
He didn't.
Wait, listen.
He didn't put on
grand.
stories. He didn't have the athletes out there talking. Hey, but you know what? Tara's out there on the runway talking all the time. She put on a show.
So I think this is the thing. I think there's two. This is the thing about, and I don't want to sit here and just talk about Grand Slam because I could care less about it.
Yeah, it's like kicking a dead horse.
But what I do want to say is, I think it was the business idea. Like the concept is there, and I think it's the way that he went about it is my problem. Because, for example, Athlos didn't have field events their first year round. Tara complained, Alexis listened. And that's that's the thing. I think it's
and then
something
you look
about,
at that meet, and it was great, and they put it in Times Square, and everybody showed up to watch, and everybody had a great time.
There were still problems with it, even being on the ground. And I talked to Tara after Monet. I talked to all the jumpers, actually.
Yeah.
I was like, it was a lot of energy in Times Square, but respectfully, as a viewer, you couldn't see. But my thing is, it was so much energy.
But he's going to learn from that and put it into it.
And that's my point. I think the thing that Alexis does well, that Athlos does well, they learn from their mistakes and they listen to other people. And that's where I think Grand Slam's mistake was. It's not that Phil wasn't part of the first time. I think it's the fact that he was like, oh, y'all are never going to be in it. That was where the problem was.
And then he had 10 minutes of dead space between every single race, and nobody wanted to watch that because they didn't put on stories or anything because all the personalities in the field events.
Oh, well. All right, my final one. We're going to end with all things wedding. And the wedding industry is absolutely insane. Pray for me and Tripp. We need your prayers. I don't know what's going on, but...
Look up reviews on Reddit before
y'all.
You sign.
For actually, we won't go into details. But all right, I'm going to read this. Am I overreacting? Really, really quickly, and I'm going to get y'all out of here. Am I overreacting? Overwhelmed by the cost of being a wedding guest in 2026. This is a woman. She is feeling financially overwhelmed by expectations by friends having their weddings and bachelorettes. She's single, and she has no plans of getting married anytime soon. And she's starting to feel resentful over the amount of money she's expected to pay towards her friends' big days. And she feels like an a-hole over it. She's been invited to 6 weddings and their bachelorettes this year alone. We're going to skip because it's very long. The total cost of the multi-wedding saga could end up costing her $15,000 to $20,000 between airfare, hotels, renting, buying dresses. all the things, at least $2,000 just on the basics per wedding. She's currently trying to figure out where she can cut costs, but it's not looking good. These weddings are all over the place, out the country, in the country, West Coast, East Coast, South, North, everywhere. Her friends... Oh, I skipped a line. Her question is, when did we as a society normalize these huge financial expectations within our own communities around weddings? Why does every wedding have to be this huge destination formal event? When do we normalize expecting our friends and closest loved ones to spend so much on one event for us?
It's selfish as hell to resent your friends for planning out their wedding.
Yeah, I think it is selfish to resent. I think.
So this is, am I overreacting, not am I the asshole? She's the asshole.
She is.
Are you overreacting? I mean, yeah, you are in that end, but at the same time, like, just say no, don't go.
Yeah.
You don't have to show up.
Yeah, I feel
go
like...
to the wedding. Don't be that person if you're close enough with them to be, part of their bridal party.
Yeah.
But don't. Yeah, you shouldn't resent them for doing what they want to do on their day that they're paying for.
Yeah, you can say no. Like, I think that's my one. They ask to be a bridesmaid and you have other commitments. You can say no. Like, yes, it sucked, but there's a reason that people ask, will you be my bridesmaid?
And people do say no.
Yeah.
People say no. You can say no. You don't have to show up. Show up to the wedding on your own time. Spend way less money. Obviously, if you're like asked to be the maid of honor in that situation, that's kind of tough.
Figure it out.
But if you're invited to 61, you prioritize the more important ones, maybe.
And then also...
rank your friends and loved ones.
I hate friend rankings. My friends do that. Kyrie,
that sounds like somebody who didn't get ranked very high.
I get ranked very high. I'm the best friend out the entire group. But
okay.
What I do want to add to this is that the out the country weddings, as me and Tripp are planning a wedding, if you ever do a destination wedding, it's to cut your guest list in half. You expect people to say no.
It's also way cheaper.
It's way cheaper.
And we didn't do that.
Hell, we might. I don't know, y'all. But I will also say is that, oh my God, you made me lose my train of thought. But these out the country weddings, these destination weddings, it cuts the guest list in half. At the end of the day, the people that are really truly meant to be there will be there. And also, it's just a wedding. I think you want your most memorable people there.
Yeah,
but girl,
I mean, especially like with your bridal party, the ask is the most important part on her end. To like see if you'd say you can be forthright and tell them that you can't afford it at the moment. That's okay. Brokey.
And I had another friend. I had another friend too. She said she couldn't go to the bachelorette trip, and like she got asked to not be a bridesmaid anymore because she couldn't show up to like the engagement, the bachelorette trip. Like she couldn't get off work enough. Is what her issue was.
Was her friend not being like the person asked her? Was she not being?
No, it was just like normal. It was just like,
oh, you're not gonna be part of it then.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. I mean, if you can't pay for
like she was still invited to the wedding, but she was just
stuff.
like, if you can't make it to this and this, and she was like, you don't need to be a bridesmaid. That's insane.
Fair. That's fair. It depends. Again, like depends on how big the bridal party is. It depends on like what friend in that situation you are to them. Like if you're in a really big bridal party, sometimes there are more important people that are asked than others.
Yeah.
That's just how it is. You know some people longer. You have people that are just closer to you, but you still have other people that you would like to be in that situation. The other thing is like you're inviting people, especially in that situation that you want to be there for your entire relationship. That ask is like to be like, hey, I want you to be here for our marriage, not for that one day. So she should just be appreciative that she was asked, and she should be honest with her friends and herself about like, can I even make all of these?
Tripp's better than me. I could cut a guest list in half in a heartbeat.
Yeah.
Tripp, meanwhile, adding 5 extra people, 5 times the amount.
She's hurting me.
Yeah. Wish us luck, guys. But I've had so much fun yapping it up with you. All right, y'all.
I love you.
I love you too. That is a wrap for episode 2. Thank y'all so much for watching another episode of Hold That Thought. I'm your host, Demitra Carter, and I will see y'all next time. Bye, y'all.